The story of Saint Philomena. A long time ago, in the 3rd century, there lived a young girl named Philomena. She was the daughter of a king and queen in Greece who had struggled for years to have children. They prayed fervently to God, and when Philomena was born, they saw her as a blessing and a sign of divine favor. From a young age, Philomena was raised in a home of love, faith, and devotion. Unlike many princesses, she was not interested in wealth, power, or marriage. Instead, she developed a deep love for God and decided to dedicate herself completely to Him. At just 11 years old, she made a solemn vow to remain a virgin, choosing a life of purity and prayer. When Philomena was around 13 years old, a crisis arose in her kingdom. The Roman Emperor Diocletian had threatened war against her father's land. In desperation, her father took his wife and daughter with him to Rome, hoping to negotiate peace with the emperor. But what should have been a political meeting took an unexpected turn. When Diocletian saw Philomena, he was captivated by her beauty and charm. Without hesitation, he asked for her hand in marriage. This was not a simple proposal. It was a command from the most powerful ruler in the world. If her father refused, it could mean war and destruction for their kingdom. Her father, fearing the consequences, urged Philomena to accept the emperor's offer. Her mother pleaded with her as well, saying that marrying the emperor would not only save their people, but also give her a life of luxury and power. But Philomena stood firm. She had already given her heart to God and could not break her vow. She bravely told the emperor, "I am a servant of Jesus Christ. I cannot marry you." Diocletian was furious. No one had ever refused him before, let alone a 13-year-old girl. He had Philomena thrown into a dark, damp prison, hoping that hunger, isolation, and fear would change her mind. For 37 days, she endured the cold, the hunger, and the loneliness. But Philomena never lost faith. She spent her time in prayer, asking God for strength. Seeing that imprisonment had not broken her spirit, Diocletian decided to use force. He ordered Philomena to be whipped mercilessly, hoping the pain would make her give in. But that night, something miraculous happened. Angels appeared in her prison cell and healed her wounds completely. When the emperor saw her the next morning, unharmed and full of light, he was enraged. He ordered that she be tied to an anchor and thrown into the Tiber River, believing that drowning her would end her defiance. But once again, God intervened. As she sank into the water, angels appeared, untied the rope, and lifted her back to shore. The soldiers who witnessed this were terrified and ran away. Still unwilling to admit defeat, Diocletian ordered a shower of arrows to be shot at her. But before the arrows could reach her, they miraculously changed direction, returning to strike some of the archers instead. Shocked and terrified, the emperor decided on one final act. He ordered her to be beheaded. With unwavering faith, Philomena accepted her fate, knowing that she would soon be with Jesus. With one final blow, she was martyred, and her soul ascended to heaven. For centuries, Philomena's story remained unknown, but in 1802, her tomb was discovered in the catacombs of Saint Priscilla in Rome. Inside were her remains and symbols of her martyrdom: a palm branch, arrows, and an anchor. Soon after, miracles began to be reported. People who prayed to Saint Philomena found their prayers answered. The sick were healed, the suffering found peace, and the hopeless found strength. One of her most famous devotees was Saint John Vianney, who credited many of his miracles to her intercession. Even Pope Gregory XVI officially recognized her as the wonder worker, a saint whose prayers brought about extraordinary blessings. Saint Philomena's story is one of courage, faith, and devotion. Though young, she stood up against the most powerful ruler in the world, choosing her love for God over earthly rewards. Her life reminds us that faith is stronger than fear, and that staying true to our beliefs, no matter the cost, can lead to something far greater than we can imagine. Even today, those who seek her intercession often experience miraculous help, proving that Saint Philomena is still watching over and guiding those in need.